Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we will discuss a topic of the current issue, that is human cloning. This discussion is divided into the three main points. The first is what is human cloning. The second is the view of science and Islam about human cloning, and lastly the bad effect of human cloning.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Adam Shakirin bin Sheikh Muhammad. Number matric 1201706. Definition of cloning. The word clone comes from the Greek word, which is clone means branch. In Arabic, this method is known as at-tansil or al-intinsaq. Clone, the process of duplicating a specific gene, tissue, or piece of DNA without sexual interaction. In short, that produce new creatures by copying the same species of creatures. The process is the process of the expansion of the certain cells through the certain methods, which is involve clone of human, animals, and growing plants. Story of cloning. In 1969, scientists and manufacturing experts began to take human cloning seriously. J.B.S. Haldane was the first person to reveal this idea. In 1963 years, a Chinese embryologist named Tian Dizhou has successfully cloned a goldfish. First, therapeutic cloning. Therapeutic cloning is the production of germ cells, means formed when eggs and sperm units through stem cells to replace damaged cells. Second, reproductive cloning. Reproductive cloning is the production of genetic copies of the same animal. Third, gene cloning. Gene cloning means a copy of a gene or a piece of DNA. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Alaquddin Muhammad Jihad. My message number 1201738, and I want to explain more about cloning of science perspective and Islam perspective. Cloning of West perspective about reproductive cloning. The aim of reproductive cloning is to produce a complete copy of an individual figure. That is how the first clone ship, Dolly, was created. There are two main reasons reproductive cloning should be prohibited. First, because science and knowledge are limited and too many risks are involved. Second, the argument against reproductive cloning is based on moral, ethical, religious, and cultural foundation. Cloning manipulation performed on cloned organisms will produce organisms that have added value, which it can be superhuman. Therapeutic cloning. The potential for therapeutic cloning is enormous. It can revolutionize the way many diseases are treated now, and the technique offers cures for diseases such hitherto considered untreatable. The central objective of this technique is to cure disease, improve health, and hence strive to better the quality of life for humans. This calls for research and development in therapeutic cloning to improve the knowledge, skills, expertise, and the technique for achieving the stated objective. However, the problem is that therapeutic cloning requires embryonic stem cells, and to acquire this, early stage embryos are needed to do therapeutic cloning. The law of human cloning in Islam is haram because cloning is against the nature of human creation. This is because it is an obstacle to harmony and love among human beings, with the law of reproduction in pairs which Allah has made as a guide in the verse of the Quran. And even this cloning is also contrary to human nature. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already says in Surah Al-Hujurat verse 13. Just imagine what if the cloning is happen in our world. So I will bring point of view of Sharia if that thing happens. First, hereditary system. Human cloning will disrupt the hereditary system and the sanctity of the family system. Children born of the love of parents will be taken care of the fair of life. Ideally, a child born of cloning can break down the hereditary family system. Second, exogamous. Cloning also makes a woman not in need of a husband because there is a fear that she can have a children without the need for marriage and family formation. And third, a clone child is not born out of a legal marriage. It does not have a father who should be responsible for providing the child. Fourth, marital guardians or wali. In terms of marital guardianship, it will be complicated when a daughter wants to get married. There must be a marital guardian because it is a legal condition in marriage. Fifth, lineage or nasab. In terms of lineage, a clone child cannot be adopted as his own child. Sixth, inheritance. In terms of inheritance, the child of a clone who has no blood relationship and kinship is in fact not entitled to inheritance or to be a reason for him to inherit. Cloning of Islam perspective. According to the Quran, although any type of physical change and retouching of the human body are forbidden, the alteration of God's creation may not prove the prohibition of cloning. Cloning is not contradictory to the principle, precedent, and rule of coupling, and it may be one of the hidden precedent of creation. Therefore, not only does a clone not contradict the precedent of the variety of man, but this variety is signed for man and not a precedent predominated over the order of nature.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Izzat Irfan bin Hafni. Today, I would like to present about the negative effects of human cloning. Okay, the first one is tear down the family institution. It is because a man or a woman does not need a partner to have a child. Human cloning can also cause confusion in identity due to unclear nasab. The second one is to build a generation of human beings who can create anything, therefore denying the power of God. Human cloning is considered to go beyond the limits of natural orders and take the job of God who create the human in a perfect way. And the last one is the rate of miscarriage and newborn mortality are high. It is because people want to try something new, such as human cloning, that will be affect the rate of newborn mortality.